Hey everybody, let's get started with a nice easy jog. Today's conditioning. We're going to do some core conditioning as well as glutes. Let's be honest, probably total body conditioning. All right, going to get right into some squat jacks. Easy does it, nice and slow timing. Just easing into the squat position. Knees tracking over toes, lats pulling down the back. And up, twist. Nice spinal twist. Keep those abs engaged. Start breathing a little bit more heavily. Take deep breaths in. Exhale out a little bit more rapidly. So, good. And get into some high knees. Good morning, Pearl. And kick your butt. Let's head right on over into mummy kicks. Arms are parallel. Abs are engaged. Try and keep pushing those shoulders down so they don't go up by your ears. Lengthening the spine. Lateral jumps with the undercut stretch. And undercut point. Remember that point we did 2 days ago where we worked on that internal rotation? That's what we're looking for here. Very good. Keep pushing through. Still just warming up that body. And let's end at the end of our mat. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Deep breath in. Exhale out. We're walking to the end of our mat. Into a down dog. Walk through your feet. Just warming this position up. Waking the calves up. Press those calves into the ground. Shoulders press into the ground. We're going to go up and over to our plank. Hover. Sit back. Up, plank, hover, sit, up, and keep just cycling through it. 2 more times. And reverse. Hover to plank. And keep going through this. Each time you're in the plank, check in that your glutes are tucked under. And that your abs are engaged. Every time you're in your down dog, feel the lengthening in the backs of the hamstrings. Let's stay in the down dog and walk it out. We're going to lift the left leg high in the sky, nice and turned out, extended, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kicking our butt for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg high, nose to knee for 10 and 9. Your arms might be getting fatigued. Push through. Accept the pain and keep pushing. 6 more. Try and touch that nose to the knee every time. 3 more. And 2. Last one. Good switching feet. Leg goes up, pulsing for 10. Again, if your arms are getting fatigued, deal with it. You can do it. 2, 1. Keep the leg high, kick. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg high and draw it in for 10. Up, 9, up, 8, And 7. Keep working that ab. And 6. 5 more. 4. Strong body. 2. Last one. Go back to plank. Hold your plank position strong. Keep those abs engaged. Check in. Are your glutes tucked under? Is your butt squeezing? Are your shoulders pressing into the floor? Okay? From here, you're going to slowly but surely work your way down. Very, very slowly. All the way to the floor. Try not to collapse. Stay strong. All the way down. We need those strong arms for our jumps. For pulling in. Go ahead and tuck those toes. Push up into a cobra. And sit back to your child's pose. In your child's pose position, just rock and roll in those shoulders, resting the arms for a moment. Tuck your toes under. Push yourself back up into your downward dog. Walk your feet in for a small upper body rest before we get back into more plank position work, okay? So we're just resting here, shake it out a little bit. Whew. Again, just warming the body up. We're stretching all the different parts. All right, in our down dog, we stretched through the calves. Now we're doing a little bit more hamstring. All right, and let's do a little easy glute stretch on each side, figure 4. Now we're stretching out those glutes a little before we get started with any work that involves the glute. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of core work and we're gonna do a little glute work. So we wanna make sure we're properly warming up and waking up all the parts of the body, switching sides on our figure 4 stretch, getting again into a nice glute. Just hold that position. All right, very good. So as promised, we're gonna get back into our plank position. So you're gonna go ahead and walk yourself out, starting off with some good, this is both upper body, this is total body. Let's be real, okay? We're working our core and we're working our upper body simultaneously. Again, we need that upper body so we have the strength to pull in strong and controlled for our jumps, okay? All right, so in this position here, we're gonna begin by lowering ourselves down into this middle place in our push-up position. So you can either have your hands wide enough that your elbows go out, or you can keep your hands a little narrow, and you're gonna keep your elbows close to your body, okay? Whichever one is fine. Okay, just hover and try and get as low as you can, holding it, and then push back up again. All right, good. Take a deep breath in, exhale out, and again, we're gonna go down and we're gonna just hover. Strong core, abs engaged, glutes squeezing, and push back up again. Good. Breathe. 2 more of that exercise. Just getting that blood pumping. Bending those elbows. Hover. Strong, squeezing through the glutes. And pressing through. Strong body to push back up. Deep breath in. And exhale. Going into the next one. And holding that hover. And pushing back up again. Very good. And rest those knees back. Just getting a little bit of core work, a lot of upper body work. Love it. Massaging through those shoulders, dropping one shoulder at a time. In a nice easy child's pose. Okay, super. We're getting right into more core. So we're gonna rest. I wouldn't say this is quite a rest for the arms, but it's less on the biceps. We're going into a standard plank, okay? On the elbows. Abs engaged, squeezing through the glutes. We're going to begin seesawing. Or it's not really a seesaw, it's more just a regular old saw. Forwards and backwards. Feel the weight shift through the shoulders. Okay, keep those abs turned on. If you have a mirror nearby, you can check in. Look at your body, see if your body's in a straight line, if your tush is sticking up or not. Stop seesawing, and now we're gonna roll from side to side of your foot. Nice spinal twisting. Rolling from side to side. Keep those feet glued together. Just rolling the out step of one foot, back up onto the toes, and the outer step of the other foot. Okay, do your best to keep your hips nice and low, but not too low. We're not sagging our back. Both elbows stay planted on the floor. All right, super. Come back to neutral. And put all your weight on one arm to a side plank. Squeezing nice and strong through your side body. Lifting up. And you can glue your top arm on top. From this position, this is neutral, we're going to lift up for 10. Back to neutral. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down, rest that upper body, and going into magic carp. Okay, nice side body lifts. 10 more. Super good. Rolling onto our back. We're going to go into some squirmers. Peeling your shoulders off the mat, reaching for opposite toes. The more you engage through the core and lift the upper body up, the less strain you'll have on your neck. Good morning, Stella. Stay strong, keep pushing through. Release that head, release your hands to the floor. Diamond position. Lower, come up, and lift. We're adding a little hip up at the end of our leg lift. Leg lift, hip up. On the hip up, it's a small range of motion. We're just trying to activate the lower abs at the end of this motion. So your upper abs are probably more engaged as you're lifting, okay? The very tiny lift that you do at the end. You want to try and target the very bottom of your abs. So squeezing through that little small section of the core. It's hard to target so that you're just aiming for it, okay? Keep going through this. Again, we're in the diamond position. Feet are together, knees are apart. My back is staying firmly glued to the floor as I'm going through this motion. Legs go straight up. Arms go out to the side. We're just going to tick-tock from side to side. Trying to keep those legs glued together so they don't come apart. We're going to keep our opposite shoulder on the mat. And we're going to press. Stella has so much to say this morning. My goodness. I think she was agreeing with me. We just got to keep pushing through this. Nice side-to-side action. Feeling good. Couple more. And release. Hands come behind the head. We're going into our bicycles. Nice spinal twist. We're reaching our opposite elbow back behind us as we reach our one elbow to our knee, okay? So we have to keep feeling that opposition. Keep squeezing through. Keep the core engaged. Peeling the shoulder blades up off the mat during each twist. Stay strong. I think we've had enough of an upper body rest. So we're going to go, after this exercise, back into the plank. 3, 2, 1. Roll yourself up and over into the plank. We're returning to our regular old plank position now. You're going to walk yourself up onto your hands and back down to your elbows. Up onto your hands and down to your elbows. There's going to be a little shifting from side to side, of course, but you're going to try and minimize the amount of spinal twisting you're doing. You might rock side to side a little bit. Just try not to go, dropping really twisty, okay? We're trying to keep that core strong, minimize the twisting. Keep those glutes squeezing and stay down in your low plank. Now we're going to roll to the opposite side. So we already did this on the first side. Side body's lifted, hips are lifted. We're nice and strong in this position. We're neutral, we're organized. From here, we lift up and up. 8 more. Always just dropping to neutral. Probably about, 3 more? 2. And 1. Lower yourself down. Magic carp on this side. Okay, for this position, squeezing those legs together. Don't let them escape. Keep that side body squeezing. Breathe and push through. About 10 more. And come on up to your butt. Whoop. And going into a nice dead man's float. You can hang out here for a moment. Breathe through, squeezing those knees towards one another. So I'm bow-legged, I have a hard time getting my knees together. But for those of you guys who are pronated or have regular alignment, you can have your knees squeezing together here. If I squeeze my knees, I would have like a weird internal rotation. All right. 3, 2, 1, and make a big X on the floor. Stretching your abs all the different directions. And I'm gonna give you a 30-second water break. All right, before we go into more glute work, little water break. Okay. Returning to our hands and our knees. We're gonna do all the different directions we could possibly aim our leg, okay? So to begin, just plant your toe in the ground. Make sure that your hip is squared off in that way, right? If the toe was turned out or turned under, that would not be squared. All right, from this position, you're gonna be driving the heel up into the sky, or your whole leg into the sky. Okay, so just pulsing up, nice and rapidly. Heel is leading straight up. Okay, abs try and stay engaged. You may have a little arch in the back happen. That's okay. Just try and keep the range of motion as much into the hip as you can so that you're feeling that glute activate. Okay, so it's that big booty muscle on the back of your tush, or I guess it is your tush, just squeezing and squeezing. Okay, so we've been nice and flexed, and our heel's been driving up. Now we're gonna pulse action. Careful that you're not just going in and up, okay? It's an actual try and kick the ceiling. So your knee should be going from a slightly more bent position to a slightly less bent position, okay? That will help you actually activate that glute and the hamstring a little bit better. Keep squeezing through that. Keep pushing through. Okay, point your toe, turn it out. Now we're slightly turned out. We're gonna go back to those pulses with nice elongated leg. Okay, so you should be targeting more of the side booty now. Okay, try to keep your hands firmly planted, shoulders in line with your wrists. Okay, not letting one side kind of drop. Okay, that's a tendency when you start turning out, one side likes to drop. Keep that squeezing. Keep that active. If it starts hurting extra, just keep pushing through. Remember, you want to maximize your benefit by pushing through when the going gets tough, okay? All right, we're gonna now turn our toe in and under, and we're gonna do this leg lift that is kind of funky looking, okay? It's more like that undercut target. Internal rotation. You would also need this for a hydro blade, okay? Let's see here, what else has this funky turned under position? Brainstorm and feel free to text me later. Okay, so we get this nice internal rotation, super good. We're gonna go back to the external rotation. We're gonna move it out into that side to back position, okay? Now we're pulsing. You should feel it much more in the side booty now, okay? We're trying to flag that foot. Feel for the engagement in the side of the calf, the tibialis anterior, okay? We worked that the other day in the flexibility section where we're trying to do the turnout, okay? So not only should you feel your glute activating to lift, you should feel the turnout of the foot in the calf activation, and then you should be feeling the stabilization in the standing knee, okay? So we haven't switched feet yet. And now we're gonna go into our scorpion tail. Bring that heel, or excuse me, the knee into the shoulder, up and over. Big range of motion. The higher you can keep your leg the whole time, the better. I'm getting my highest leg. All right. Stella's really working those glutes over there. She's crying about it. All right, I think we did about, what, 5? These scorpion tails. And let's draw those knees in. Sit your butt back. Take a moment to stretch from side to side. And we're gonna come right back up. Tap that toe under, make sure your hips are nice and squared off, and drive the heel up into the ground, up into the sky. So we're keeping a nice straight leg, heels leading straight up. There may be a tendency again that you're gonna want to arch that back. It's okay if it arches a little, just gonna keep working on engaging the abs. Get the movement to be mostly in the hip. engaged each squeeze you go. Okay, nice and active, nice and rapid. You may be a little more fatigued on this side because your standing leg was working before, but you still have to push through it. We're going to move on to flexing that foot now. Again, stomping on the ceiling. Okay, so you're going to have, again, a little bit of a bent knee going into a little bit of a straighter knee in this range of motion. So your lower portion of your leg, your calf, should remain perpendicular to the floor at all times. In its orientation. Keep stomping, stay strong. Super good. Moving into our extended turned out position. Straight back but turned out, pulsing. Okay, moving a little bit more into the side booty. Okay, stay strong. Check in with your shoulders. Are they still aligned with your wrists, or are you starting to flop over one way, right? You want to keep both elbows locked out. Shoulders aligned with the wrists. Stay active. Keep squeezing. We're going to internally rotate into that funky position, and we're going to lift. All right, so we're as turned in as humanly possible in that hip. Okay, and we're just squeezing through the glute and the inner thigh to get that nice activation and lift. Keep the abs engaged to protect the spine. The more fatigued you get, the stronger your abs need to be squeezing to help protect all your body parts. Okay, turned out position into the into this create more. Stay strong. Keep pulsing. Keep those elbows straight. And now we're going to draw that knee all the way in, make that scorpion tail shape. Up and over. Very good. Let's say 3 more, keeping the leg as high as you can. And 2. Last one. Awesome. Go ahead and sit your butt back. Woo! Sitting from side to side of your mat. Let's come on up on your all fours and make your cat and your cow. All right, pushing through that. Engaging the core and engaging the back. Squeezing the abs, lengthening the spine, and curving it. Keep squeezing back and forth. Excellent. Last 2. And 1 more. Come sit back on your butt. Shake out those arms. Deep breaths in. Allow for the head, the blood to rush out of the head without fainting or anything because you're just upside down for so long. Shaking it out. Nice and easy. Roll of the head from side to side. Just moving through it slowly but surely. Relax your head to the middle and rise up. Little shoulder rolls. Just working out everything that you just, I should say, stretching out everything we were just working. And switch this range of motion. And just go ahead and swing those arms side to side. Because you guessed it, we're going to go right back up. Using those arms again, shaking them out. We're going to go back up into our position that we just were hitting. Those down dog positions, but we're going to add that leg into the equation. Continuing to work the glutes. Pointing the toe as high as you can. Lifting that leg up. We're going to pulse up, up. Now that you've been working the glutes, you should be feeling the glutes activating on each squeeze. Try and lengthen that leg and lengthen the front of the hip. So it's not just about the butt squeezing, it's about the front of the hip opening on each pulse and releasing. Keep squeezing. All right, now keep it as high as you humanly possibly can. Lifting, 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 maximal split. And release. Cross your leg over, and we're gonna roll to the inside of the foot for this opposite hand foot side plank. Squeeze the glutes. Hips are lifting. Holding that position. Put your hand back down on the mat. Roll to the other side of the foot to your same foot, same hand foot side plank. Okay? You have the option here to take a Y or a Chinese spiral or what have you. Take a variation. Put your foot on the floor and push up into your wild thing. Hips are lifting, lifting, lifting. Arms are strong and engaged. Opening through the shoulder. You have the option to go all the way over to bridge. Squeezing those glutes, lifting, lifting, lifting. And leg lifts up. Back to where you started. Reverse. Switch legs. Lifting as high as you can. Pulsing. Okay, so again, you're working those glutes, so you should feel the glute activate to pulse that leg up. But don't forget, lengthening the front of the hip flexor, trying to release the front of the hip. Each pulse you do, nice and high. Really good. Cross that leg over. Roll onto your instep of your foot. We're going into our opposite hand foot side plank. Strong. Hips are engaged, squeezing, lifting. And then we're going to go ahead and roll to your same hand foot side plank. And our same hand foot side plank, lifting those hips. Go ahead and grab for a variation or stay put. Whatever you can handle. Our same hand foot side plank, lifting those hips. Go ahead and grab for a variation or stay put. Whatever you can handle. Put your foot on the floor behind you. Press those hips up. Take the wild thing. Lengthening the fronts of the hips. Option to go to bridge. But if you do go to bridge, you got to come back to where you came from. So back to where you were. Nice and high up into our three-legged dog. Step your foot in. Should be nice and neutral. Your foot should be directly under your glute now. Using your fingers to support. We're going back into this position where we're just in. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Okay, you can have the option to keep your arms here, or you're going to grab one behind, pulling in towards your standing leg for that Charlotte. Now pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Switching sides. You can either have the option to keep your hands here or keep those hands on the floor, nice and strong. Okay. Or hand behind the ankle. Okay, we're using that pull of the bicep, and then in opposition squeezing the glute. Your glutes might be gassed by now. Go ahead and pulse. Okay, so if they're feeling a little bit more fatigued, you may not get your leg as high. That's okay. The whole point is to be activating and working those muscles so that when you are less fatigued, they're going to work for you better. Keep pushing through. 3, 2, 1. And let's head back over to that figure 4 position. Super good. So there's two components to getting a leg up in a spiral. One is being strong enough, and then the other component is having the flexibility. So today we're working a little bit more of that strength of the glute. Okay, glute strength is also important for jumping. Oh man, glute strength is just about the most important thing in skating. Okay, there's a reason they call it the skater butt for a reason, right? Okay, knees tracking over the toe. We're going into this nice forward fold to stretch the glute. All right, releasing that position. Go ahead and curl your spine into a little tiny ball. Thread your hands between your calves, grab onto the fronts of your calves, and lengthen. This lengthening should not only be a hamstring stretch, but it may stretch your back. Nice curvature, bending, and straightening. Super good. Take a deep breath in, exhale out, relaxing all the parts, your head, shoulders, Deep breath in, exhale out, shaking your head side to side. Bend your knees, slowly rolling up with your head leading, or excuse me, your head staying down and lifting up last. Breathing in, exhale out, taking a sip of water. We're now at the cool down. We're gonna go ahead and get a little bit of stretch action happening, and then we're gonna call it a day, okay? So, deep breath in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. One more inhale. And exhale. All this back work that happens when you're ending up working your glutes calls for some nice body circles. So just move through, feel where you want to hang out a little longer. Maybe in these circles, you might decide to spend a little bit more time moving through the side body right here and right here to feel that stretch. Awesome. Last one. Great. Bring that side body over. Connect. Flat back. Pull down. Bending and straightening. Rolling over into the sitting your knee down, lengthening through the hamstring, nose to toe. Forward again to the lunge. And just tuck your foot under into a pigeon pose. Again, working that glute stretch. Here we are doing actually a little bit of a glute stretch and a core stretch. So we're kind of stretching both the areas that worked so hard for you today. Tucking that foot under. Take a moment to revisit this since we did it earlier this week. Feel how this feels, massaging through it, flossing through it, forwards and backwards. Using the weight in your upper body to pull those legs together. Go ahead and return up into this inverted V position. Rising up through the body and going to the opposite side. We're reaching both of our arms long, enjoying the sunshine. And flat back. And bringing our body down. Bending and straightening. Folding over into our high lunge, rocking and rolling in the front of that hip. Sit back into the hamstring stretch. Flexing the front foot, nose to toes. Forward fold again to the low lunge. And pulling the foot to the mat so that you're now in your pigeon pose. In this position, hip flexor stretches. She can come. Hip flexor stretches and you get a little bit of ab stretch. Yeah, come see mama. Hi, baby. We're gonna thread our foot under. Stella's really good at this one. Stella, you wanna show everybody your really, really great stretch? See if you can do it. No, mama. Come here. Ready? And leg out. Nope, just kidding. All right, pull both toes together. Taking a nice little diamond shape. For you. 2 days off. So 2 days off of us working together. But if you have for April that you're going to continue working out every day, then I would advise you to make sure that you do some recovery work tomorrow. Okay. So that would involve some good stretching. Roll